Hi kids, it's Wednesday night, which means it's Awana's night, and I'm Pastor Mike, and so we are looking forward to spending some time with you tonight. I especially want to welcome Lyrical and Elijah to Awana's. They just joined us, and so keep working in that book, you guys, and we're glad you're joining us. So here's our motto. Let's say it together. Oh, wait, did you have a good Thanksgiving? I did. Wow, good food, yams, and fruit salad, yummy, yummy, and green bean casserole, and we had ham. I don't know, perhaps you had turkey, but it was a good dinner. You always eat too much, but Thanksgiving is done, which means
Christmas!
You got it, Cubby and Katie. Christmas is on its way. Are you ready? I know it's a month of being excited. So
Christmas cookies!
yes, let's say our motto here on the back wall, starting over here with construction zone. Building upon the solid rock of Jesus. Then caution, transformation in progress. Danger, don't stray from God's path. Sins are forgiven through Christ. Notice, building up one another in love. That is so important. Stop. Give thanks for the cornerstone, and our cornerstone is Jesus. Safety gear required, the full armor of God. And watch for moving equipment because
faith can move mountains!
That is right. And last week, I told you a story about a man who had faith. Do you remember his name? Abraham. You got it, Katie?
I think it's Abraham.
No, it's not Abraham. Actually, last week it wasn't Abraham. It was Abraham. This week in our story, he is now known as Abraham because God changed his name.
Why?
Because of his faith in God. And Abraham means you'll be the father of many nations.
The whole world?
Basically, yeah. So this story is another story about Abraham. Now remember, last week we said that Abraham settled at the great trees of Mamre.
Did they have apples on them?
I don't know if they had apples, but they're great trees, so they probably had some sort of fruit, don't you think?
How about some honey?
No, I don't know. So he built his house. He built his house up in that area. And one day he was sitting at the entrance of his tent. And it was in the heat of the day. Nap time. Well, all of a sudden he looked up and he saw 3 men standing nearby.
No angels?
Which didn't happen too much. And when he saw them, he hurried from the entrance of his tent and he went and he bowed down low in front of them. And he said, "If I have found favor in your eyes, my Lord, do not pass your servant by." And then he offered them some water. And then he ran to his tent and he said, "Sarah, get some flour and make some bread." And then he went to his servants and he said, "Servants, go get a calf and we're going to cook it."
No!
Well, that's what they did. And so they went and they brought this food, they prepared it, and they brought it along with some curds.
What are that?
Curds is like, you get it from cheese. When you make cheese, you have cheese curds. And they brought curds and milk and the calf and the bread, and they ate it under that tree. And so these men said, "Abraham, where is your wife Sarah?"
In the tent?
And that's what Abraham said. She's in the tent. And then the man said, I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah, your wife, will have a son. Well, now Sarah was in the tent, and when she heard that, she was sort of eavesdropping. That's right, Katie, she was laughing. She started laughing.
You have a cute laugh.
She does. And why did they laugh?
Silly?
No, because Abraham and Sarah were old.
How old?
Well, when their son was born, Abraham was 100 years old. Pretty old. Sort of reminded me of a story that happened before the birth of Jesus. There was another couple that didn't have children, and their name is Zechariah and Elizabeth. And Zechariah was a priest, and one day it was his turn to go make the sacrifices in the temple. And he went in there and he saw an angel. And the angel told Zechariah that his wife Elizabeth was going to have a son, and they were to name him John. And
the angel told Mary?
Later the angel told Mary, but first of all, they told Zechariah and Elizabeth. And so Zechariah, just like Sarah laughed. Zechariah just really didn't believe it at first. And so the angel kept him from talking. He couldn't say a word until the birth of his son. And his son was John. And John prepared the way for Jesus.
Water?
What?
Water?
Water?
You mean John the Baptist baptized Jesus?
Oh, yes, he did. He baptized in water. He baptized Jesus. And so they played a big part in the birth of Jesus, which we are celebrating. So now Sarah, back to them. Sarah laughed. You know what they named their son when he was born?
Laughter?
Not what?
Laughter.
Laughter. You are right. But they didn't say laughter. They named him Isaac.
How about Jacob?
Nope. Isaac, which means laughter.
I got part right.
And that reminds me of a song that we sing at Christmas. And to sing this song, because part of the song says, laughing all the way, ha ha ha.
Bells!
And so you need some bells, Cubby. There you go. And Katie, I have a set for you too. There you go. And so you're going to have to sort of move a little bit so we hear some jingling because...
I think mine went too far down my neck.
There we go. Don't get too wild, Cubby. So there we go. Let's sing Jingle Bells. Here we go.
Okay.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Ho, ho, ho! Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. Oh, what fun it is to sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Awesome. Such a fun song, and we can laugh. And so this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to cheer me up. And this is how I want them to cheer me up. I want them, maybe have your parents record you. Jingling, should they jingle? Katie and Cubby wants to hear you jingle and sing Jingle Bells for us. And at the very end, I want you to laugh. to make my day. Can you do that? If you do, you get some Awana bucks. Okay? And so jingle just like Katie. And you can cheer me up. All right? So let's say goodbye. Bye. See you next week.